here for the Leo. You got me? Am I kind of, let's see. I'm here for a Leo reading that's probably going to shed some light on what's going on and where, you know, some people are at when it comes to the 888 Lionsgate portal. So we're gonna get started with the planets and kind of just dive in and see what, well actually before I do this, I'm gonna finish shuffling them, but before I do the signs and the planets and the houses, I'm going to do the divine doors. It's just such a, I don't know, they really do hit on some good topics, and it's just food for thought, makes you wonder, makes you think. So that's why I kind of like them. I actually bought 2 other decks today. I think the first one is called Sacred Circle, and the other one, where is it at? It's right there, but the book is right here. It's called the Elemental Goddess Oracle. It's pretty neat. This is what it looks like. And I can always list the decks that I use in my readings on the thing below for you guys. But I hope if it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I hope that, you know, this year will bring you a lot of prosperity and just a new, fresh start to your outlook. So let's go ahead and see. I'm gonna finish shuffling this. Let's go ahead and see, what does Leo need to know? Goddesses, closer to the moon. What do you need Leo to know this? All right, let's see what Leo needs to know at this time, or what this is in regards to. All right, let's see. We have Cancer, protecting your intuition, results from your history, and certain attitudes that you carry on to your present life from the past. That's Cancer. What else does Leo need to know at this time from God? In the 12th house, which is your faith, your hidden tendencies, so I'm guessing your hidden habits, because tendencies are like things that you tend to do repetitiously. Large institutions or overwhelming events resulting from the past. Okay, so we have Cancer in the 12th house. Let's see, what else do we have? Let's see if we can get a sign. Oh, I'm doing a reading for the sign of Leo. Kind of in, kind of with the combination of the 888 Lionsgate portal. Okay, so we have another sign. Let's get a planet. Gods, can you give me a planet for Leo? What do they need to know? We have the 9th house. We're exuberating a lot. All right, right here. So we have Cancer, Sagittarius. I think we have all the fire signs. No, Sagittarius, we're missing Leo. But we have Cancer, Sagittarius, Aries. Oh, I had 2 cards. Pisces. Wow. Capricorn. And we have the 12th house, 11th house, 9th house, and 3rd house. So, let's see. Let me read these. Okay. So, there is a part of you which is reflecting from Aries that is feeling energized to meet a certain challenge at its highest degree. They are doing this by following their intuition. That seems to be highly protected. And their goal is to experience ultimate spirituality. And that's what I get from that. And we can also read further into it. Okay, so it looks like your day-to-day reality rules your desires regarding your trusting your psychic abilities and knowledge due to things that had happened in the past. Okay, and then we have okay, so it says, by using the most business-like way or manner and getting what you need to say out into the world, from a place of honesty and strength, rather than allowing your past to reflect and your result, you would be resulting from the indecisions about what it is that you're trying to go after. It's in the past. It's past things. It's a past cycle. It's a past wound that you feel like you need the world to know your strengths and how loyal you are. However, what's being reflected is your indecision about what it is that you truly desire. Okay? Now, hey guys, So we have okay. For humanity's sake, it seems like you have faith in finding that or making that right connection to what it is that you're seeking or you're trying to shed, as if, and it says as if it or they came from all there is. So this person wants to make the right decision, or this person has faith in making the right choice for humanity's sake, but they want it to be viewed as if it were coming from a very, very empowering state, something that's extremely, extremely strong. So that would be your spirituality, your attunement. The next thing they have is okay. The idea in question so what it is that you wish to question, which has everything to do with your hopes and wishes, you have a problem with hiding these things. And then it tends to attract philosophical and contract or law-driven views, perspectives on what it is that you could have done better, or what it is that needs to come to light. Okay, then we're almost done with this one. Okay. Okay. Right now, you feel like things are, like you almost feel entrapped. You almost feel bound. As if you're kind of stuck in the middle of, if I make a move, 50 chance it's not going to benefit me. If I make a move, 50 chance I'm going to come out okay, but I'm not okay with that other 50%. So there's some sort of event that's very overwhelming that has created and kick-started your ideas to flow. And it says that you're doing this in a big way for the outcome of the future. to me, that sounds like a hell of a lot of Lionsgate portal deep-rooted things, habits, views, perceptions, you know, opinions we've developed, idealisms, that you're working on. So that was interesting, and that was just for Leo. Like, wow. Okay. Let's see. What does the divine doors have to say to Leo? For my Leos. At the bottom of the deck, we have Anthony's call. In thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things that are lost, so can be found. And that talks about what we're doing, the process that that has been initiated, and a lot of us are undergoing, that has to do with our manifestations, just right now being the most potent time to call things in and to shed what's holding us back. It's almost like throwing us in this intense, rapid pace of shadow work, kind of in a way. But it says, in thanks of my spirit, safe and sound, all things that are lost, so can be found. And I feel like that is your true, authentic self. Your ancestral gifts that have been passed down to you, from whom, why. You have called your power back, and you are figuring out more about yourself than you have in a while during this time. So we have the three-eyed raven. It says, as sunrise hits upon the dew, a messenger raven calls out with news. Prepare for the unexpected. And this just so happens to be the overall vibe for the Leos and just purging and making sure that you are very attentive with your intentions and words throughout the 4 or 5 days. It says prepare for the unexpected. So they say when you know that you have you are walking through the Lionsgate portal, or you are at the finish line, or you are on the other side. Once you're on the other side, you're going to have an incredible, immense amount of clarity about who you are. You're going to start having things that happened to you from the past just pop up in your mind. You may find yourself like having the answer and you didn't really know where that came from, like kind of spitting out the answer to somebody's question before beating anybody before they can, and it's like, wait a minute, what the hell did I just say? Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, I've really been going through it. I have not slept. That's why I came on live. I cannot sleep. I didn't sleep last night. I can't sleep tonight. I've been like, one of my shoulders has been really hurting me, and I asked Spirit what it was, and it was clarified that it is where I'm holding onto something that ultimately makes me reflect my past trauma, because I have not found it and transmuted it. So it's very important you pay attention to the body as well. They even say that, you know, if you take this process seriously, that it's best to stay in your home for 5 days, because you're going through a spiritual elevation, a spiritual change, and it's not just within you, it's within the planets as well, and their alignment. It's throwing a lot of things crazy, and it's almost like all day I've had this sense of like, I mean, my heart rate keeps fluttering, like it's racing right now. I'm not doing shit, I'm just sitting down. Every 5 seconds, it's 5 o'clock, and I said every 5 seconds, and it's 5 o'clock. I gotta write that down. Hold on 1 second. There's another sign. I have so many times I have looked at the clock. I got 3:35, 3:44, 3:55, 4:04, 4:33, and now I have 5. Earlier I had 1:11, 7:33. I had 4:33, 4:44, 4:45, 6, 8:46, 10:19, 1:42, 1:55, 2:22, 2:24. Yeah, I've had a lot of 3:13. I've had a lot of times. And another thing I'm not trying to make this about me, but you guys may be able to relate with this, and if you do, put it in the comments. I'd love to hear about it, so I know I'm not going crazy. But I have felt, my emotions have felt numb. Like today, I just went through the day kind of like just going with emotions and being there, but just numb, like as if things could happen, and I just don't feel it like as I would normally. Like my emotions are checked out elsewhere doing something else, which makes sense. Now your other divine door with some cool Egyptian hieroglyphs, it says offerings. So you have third eye raven, a bird who is being sent with a message to give to you. So prepare for this unexpected message. And it could be about offerings. Abundance lies in the heart that allows, share more, than expected and see love come around. So, abundance lies in the heart that allows. Share more than expected and see love come around. And I'm also picking up like share just the hey, how you doing, or just anything for the sake of getting in the habit. You know, you build a habit over a 30-day cycle of continuously doing something over and over, you're going to pick it up. Well, it's trying, I think this card is trying to get you into this motion of viewing abundance more in the heart space than anywhere else. Like, you can have an abundant heart, for instance. I guess just viewing it, playing with it, seeing how it fits you just right. Let's see, what else are we gonna see for Leo? I think I'm gonna do this one. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have Taming the Wind and Wild Woman. So, you could be a woman, you could be a man. This is giving me like slowing down and being more intentional with your actions. Like I said at the beginning, I said making sure you're very intent and careful with what you say and what you're thinking, because manifestation is such a big thing right now. But what I'm seeing here is that maybe one of the things you could be working on is taming that fire inside of you. That, because this wild woman, she's dancing in fire. So, and this is taming the wind. And this almost looks like a ponytail that has a lot of hair on it and you can't get it undone because of all the hair just wrapped around it a million times. You know, it looks like it's all clogged up. So, learning how to, it says taming the wind, learning how to tame the fire you have within. This is for Leo. You're a fire sign. So, you know, what I just heard was, if you're not careful and the temperature gets too high, you can scorch yourself. Okay, I'm gonna keep those two, if anybody resonated with that. We have, I mean, it just flipped out in reverse, and it's number 44. Hush, Maui. It says the sacrifice. I'm gonna keep it in reverse, but let's see what other card comes out for Leo. It looks like with this being in reverse, sacrifice, the reason why that was at the bottom is because you're unwilling to sacrifice your fire. You're unwilling to tame that go-getter, that just lively, just want to go, wah, you know, that kind of feeling. Because it's such a big part of you. But what it's telling me here, tame does not mean to rid of. Tame means to control. So it's saying that this is your blockage, and the intention is taming or controlling your fire rather than allowing it to control you. Because now you're in a state where you won't sacrifice certain things. I'm seeing you'll sacrifice a lot, but part of your element, part of your zest, part of who you are can be very difficult. But that is what they are guiding you to do or to look into. Okay, let's see, what else do we have for gods? What else do we want Leah to know at this time? Whoa. That's crazy because this card was at the bottom of the deck. It says Coyote. The Coyote. Okay. What about the Coyote? Tell me more. So we have, I'm picking up on shape-shifting vibes. 1 minute you can be the coyote, and maybe this is one of your gifts. So ultimately your gifts are divine. They are not to be eliminated. If anything, they are to be elevated and almost have a surrendering, you know, element to it. But the reasoning for needing to tame and control the fires, yes, because it can get out of control. We can get into anger, make impulsive decisions, things like that. But I'm seeing that you can either be the coyote or you can be the jaguar. Maybe you can be the serpent. You have a way of being able to use your fire element to shape shift. Okay, I see. So okay, one of your special gifts is to shape shift. And hold on. Okay. And your ancestors I don't know, with these cards, it's telling me that your ancestors are wanting you to find a specific current, a specific flow. In order to do that, in order to be successful at shape-shifting, because shape-shifting can be taken advantage of and can be used at times for wrong reasons. Hence, needing to tame, control aspects of this gift that you have, because you may not realize that you could be not meaning to. You could have like you could be very like tunnel vision on something, and you're just going for it with the best intention you have, so you're feeling good. There's no reason for you to think twice, and then the next thing you know, you got the tunnel on and you accidentally bump into somebody. That's an example, okay? But something about finding control over this gift of yours, the ability to be very fluent, to be flexible, to adapt to many different parts of yourself that a lot of us can't do. And this takes a lot of time. But luckily with the Lionsgate portal, like I said, it's almost like a rapid rate. Like I feel like I have a lump in my throat. So there's something, I don't mean it to be about me. It's just bothering me right now. It's like I have this lump in my throat. So I know it's got to do something to do with my chakra, my throat chakra. Something that I need to work on, something that I need to shed that is still there, is within my throat chakra. And I can feel it big time because it's even hard to swallow my saliva. Isn't that crazy? And breathe. All right. Let's see. I'm going to pull from a different deck. We're going to pull from this one. No, I'm pulling from this one. What does Leo and gods and goddesses, what does Leo need to know at this time? Okay, at the beginning, whenever I was talking about the Lionsgate portal, I was saying how people were even, staying indoors, staying at home for the entire 5 days. Because yes, you are going through a very, very strong and potent shift. And it's funny because the first card that comes out is refuge of flowering soul. So, and then it says cultivate your spirit, and it shows a house. So I feel like now is the time to be still, to rest, when yesterday the energy could have been completely different. But something about being at home will help you speed this, the refuge, the reawakening of your soul. What else does Leo need to hear this time? Okay, so this is kind of morbid. I don't know what this is about. This could be about some sort of past trauma or something that took place in the past that was maybe unforgivable. Everybody makes mistakes. But it says, prayers denied, divine wrath, unforgiven sins. Maybe you were going through a spiritual warfare when it came to dealings with your home life, and the way you went about something deemed unforgivable. Give me one more for Leo. We have hazy illusion. Now, I don't know if this is in, if this mean, it could go with this, feeling down, feeling directionless, but this is gonna be one of those like silver linings where you have to determine if this is something that has to do with your transforming through this transition, which is making you feel like hazy, because today, all day, I have felt numb to my emotions. Anything could have happened. Okay, so earlier I said you felt bound or trapped in a certain situation. And it looks like you may even feel blocked by something. You may feel blocked about something that you do not have clarity about, or something happened so fast that, because see, it was talking about taming the fire within, not eliminating it, but taming it. So, and then we have refuge of flowering soul, cultivate your spirit, and then it has the house. So possibly there could have been some sort of shape shifting with the different four energies right there, that happened either in a home environment or you're a place that you seek refuge. that, or you view as home. You can even view someone as home. And you're feeling kind of lost when it comes to your intuition, as if like it says barred from entry. Like you prayed, you prayed for something to either come back or to be different, and so far it's just been unclear thoughts and feeling a sense of loneliness. 22, possibly feeling stuck, isolating yourself. Okay. I don't know if something happened between you and another, like, romantic individual, but refuge and cultivate your spirit with the house on it. Prayers being denied, divine wrath, unforgiven sin has now put you in an energy of, it's almost like a cord that you once had with someone has been cut. And then this card says, pity the fools who mocks the queen's grace. So I'm feeling like, you know, if this is a divine masculine, you could have been dealing with a divine feminine. And there must have undergone some mistreatment, or it could be the other way around. It could be some man endured some sort of mistreatment, and I mean, it says pity the fools who mocks the queen or king's grace. So someone undermined where another was spiritually, and ultimately it had negative results. Right here we have the cycle continues. You may have a reunion with this person, number 44. Remember, one of the numbers I got was 444. Sacred blossom, that's a lotus flower. Cycles continues. Lotus flower grows through the mud and the dirt, the muddy waters, and so some sort of sacred bond that you possibly had with somebody or something, or a part of yourself. This cycle still continues. It's saying, okay, in order to heal this energy, you need to do it from a different place, like more of a heart-centered place. with the intent to grow within and take on your part, just like the other person should take on their part. What I'm seeing, it says, I get another lotus flower. Sacred blossom. It says, open the third eye. This is number 333. For a while, I was seeing 333. It says, see the truth within. It says, universal. Eye of the lotus. Reflection of universal energy inside. That kind of reminds me of tarot. You know how, like, if you're reading for someone, it ultimately reflects, you know, their subconscious, what's going on. So, activating this third eye chakra by seeing the truth within yourself, that whatever you feel on the inside is, whatever energy is going on in there is being reflected out onto the universe. And then we have unexpected surprise. And we have hearts all over it. It looks like Pandora's box. Pandora's box of love. Okay, then we have defendant, and it says innocent, but it's in reverse, deeming that this person is not innocent. And maybe that will be the unexpected surprise. I wonder what happened, because it's saying unforgiven sin, prayer denied. Whoever I'm talking to, this is telling me that there's a need to start doing the work with a clear understanding of your intent behind it. Because as this comes out in reverse, it says, as you sow, so shall you reap. And so that's like whatever you put out is what you will get back in return. Karma. Upright would be dharma. Reverse would be karma. Maybe this was, and then it says the cycle continues. This is a karmic cycle or a karmic relationship. That you have not been able to liberate yourself from. It says, you're not my master, my life, my rules. I am unchained. That's number 3. Once again, I've been seeing 333. But that's in reverse. So maybe whatever ensued here, maybe things were being viewed from like a how can I benefit from this situation, which I mean in a sense that's how we go into, that's how we walk into situations, you know, even whenever it comes to us finding friends. You're not my master, my life, my rules. I feel like you may have tried to hold on to someone, because in the upright it says, I am unchained. You may have tried to bind yourself to someone, but by my life, my rules being in reverse, this is stating that this was not you who is now being liberated. Because my life, my rules, well, no, this isn't your life, and they don't abide by your rules. They are the master of their own life, and now they are unchained. In the upright, we have confronting the beast within me. So now that you're able to see that something you try to bind yourself to by utilizing your gift of shape-shifting with the wrong intentions, possibly. This could be, I mean, I'm really thinking that this is you. But I'm seeing action here. I'm seeing action for change, because it says confronting the beast within me. So there's recognition that your anger, your fire that I keep telling you that needs to be says taming the wind, and it says wild woman, and this is fire right here. So you can be a woman or you can be a male, but what this is saying is that there's a part of you, a very sacred part of you, that doesn't need to be gotten rid of, but you need to find that inner control over your fire. Funny that we're reading for Leo, their fire sign. But you were unwilling to make this sacrifice, which I get it. I mean, it just makes sense, because, and then anger and chaos comes out again. The need to control, confronting the beast within me, which is the anger and the chaos, the impulsivity, the need to control, the not thinking things through, causing chaos due to this fire that is not being extinguished or is not even asked of you to be extinguished by Spirit. They're asking you to don't let the fire consume you, because eventually it'll burn you. So in reverse, we have the Bull of Strength, which represents, it's number 6. It represents masculine force, flame, resolute, rules. So finding a resolution, a balance when it comes to certain people's boundaries, and what's accepted. Leadership. Holy shit, that scared the fuck out of me. Kona. Oh my God. Stop it. That scared the living shit out of me. Did y'all even hear that? Whew, I was immersed into this and then like, huh. Okay, so, whoa, guys, slow down. The dogs are chasing something. Sorry, guys, for that interruption. The Bull of Strength, which is your masculine force, your fire within, your flame, your resolution to the way you view and follow rules. That's one side of the bull. Now the strength side of the bull is leadership, dominance, control, power, taming the fire, control your power, control your gift, and you have a commanding presence. But like I said, this is in reverse because right now you are confronting the beast within, which is the anger and chaos that ensued between you and I feel like someone you had strong feelings for, because it says pity the fools who mocks the queen's grace. Now queen or king, however you see fit. Okay, let's see, what else are we gonna pull from? You know what I want to do? I want to pull a couple runes. Let me pull some of these. For Leo. What do the gods most importantly want Leo to focus on during this intense period? I'll pull one at a time. I think that, is that Iwas? I mean, it represents defense, but all right, let's see. Okay, it says defense, avertive powers, the yew tree. I think the yew tree is part of the late summer equinox that we're in right now, to be honest with you. I swear I saw a yew tree when I was looking at the, where is that chart, that little chart? Let's see. Here it is. Let me see something, because that might have something to do with the equinox and the things shifting. What's crazy is that we are in late summer right now, and the elements for late summer is fire into water. It's crazy. And the energy center is the heart. The plant or the fruit for this element would be apple. The animal would be elephant. And the crystal would be rose quartz and morganite. So fire to water. Okay, late summer. Well, where did the damn tree go? Oh, maybe it's on the front page of the circle of the seasons. The solstice and the equinox. Oh, where the hell did it? I'm sorry, y'all. Right here. No, it is. It's an apple tree. Where did I see the yew tree? I don't know. But yeah, this is pretty interesting that this element is all about the heart, and it's from, we're in late summer. So if you're in the northern hemisphere, this would be August until the fall equinox. And the fall equinox starts in November. But if it's in the southern hemisphere, it's from February to the fall equinox. I'm sorry, February to March for the southern hemisphere, and August to October for the northern hemisphere. And it's all about air. I mean, not air, fire and water. This is a really cool book. Okay, so that's what you got, and you got it in the upright. It says, as we are tested, we fund the power to avert blockage and defeat. At the same time, we develop in ourselves an aversion to the conduct that creates stress in our lives. If there appears to be an obstacle in your path, consider that even a delay may prove beneficial. Do not be overly eager to press forward. To me, that's like taming that fire element. For this is not a time or situation in which you can make your influence felt. Patience is the counsel Ewaz, that's what I said, I was right, offers. Nothing hectic, no acting needy, or lusting after a desired outcome. This rune speaks to the difficulties that can arise at the beginning of a new life, which makes sense because we're shedding of the old. Often it announces a time of waiting for a spring to fill up with water, for fruit to ripen on the bough. Perseverance and foresight are called for here. The ability to foresee consequences before you act is a mark of the profound person. Advert anticipated difficulties through right action. This rune is saying, and yet even more than we are doers, we are deciders. Once decision is clear, the doing becomes effortless, for then the universe supports and empowers our action. Receiving Ewaz, you are put on notice that through inconvenience and discomfort, growth is promoted. This may well be a trying time. Certainly it is a meaningful one, so set your house in order, tend to business, be clear, and wait on the will of heaven. Very interesting, Leo. One thing I wanted to look at for you guys, it's 5:51. That's a synchronicity to me. Where did it go? Let me see. Right here. Okay. So, for the Lionsgate portal, per zodiac sign, because every zodiac sign has a different things that they're working on. It's not the same for every sign. So for, that's Aries, Taurus, Leo, from July 23rd to August 22nd. Leos will be feeling themselves during this, which shouldn't come as a surprise, as the event is marked by their zodiac animal. Stardust suggests you use the energy to focus inward on how you can glow up and boost your confidence. So what it's saying is that you may feel very like a lot of endurance during this time, during this Lionsgate portal, because I mean, y'all share the same spirit animal, but it's saying to use the overall energy as a whole to work on your confidence. So whatever is stemming from your confidence, let's see, let's take the tarot out. What's holding Leo back? What's getting in the way of Leo's recovering or shedding of this energy? What's blocking Leo's confidence? So we can recognize it, and then after recognizing it, we can find it, we can create a goal, an action-oriented goal. Maybe the taming the fire was just to slow down. Like it was saying, the rune that you received was that there's a need for patience. Do not be overly eager to press forward during this time, because it's very, I mean, it's hard enough to actually identify how we go through this process in our own way. But if one thing's out of control that needs to be changed so that you can work on this, you would definitely, which is the beginning of a new life, you would definitely not want things to be hectic right now. It says no acting needy or lusting after desired outcomes. Right now, the focus is within confronting and finding where these triggers, limiting beliefs, all these things that we need to shed. Okay. So, what is affecting Leo's confidence? What is affecting Leo's confidence? What is affecting Leo's confidence? To take control over their fire. The bottom of the deck we have Ace of Wands. So like it said, right now is not the time to be taking much action on things or moving at a rapid pace. But then we have the Ace of Wands, which is taking new initiative. I mean, the hearts to me is, and the Ace of Wands is like a new relationship or a new fire being lit. More fire. Being inspired by something or someone that you may have manifested, and it has caused you, whatever ensued here, has caused you sleepless nights, a time of depression, thinking negatively, increasing your anxiety when it comes to this Ace of Cups, this new love. The feelings, your intuition. So you are intuitively, I mean, this is a cup of love. So this is about a relationship. So your confidence is being held back, or you're having trouble with your confidence due to something going wrong when it came to a love partner that either you manifested or they manifested, or you both manifested. But remember I said that, like the season of the equinox, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Two of Cups. Soulmates, unity, spiritual connection. So the reason why you have so much depression about this is because this was a soul tie connection. Remember I said in the equinox that we are in late summer, and it said fire into water. So turning fire into water, preparing us for the harvest of fall. But this is water, and we started off with fire. Okay, so there's one scenario that's affecting your confidence. What can Leo do to pivot this energy towards shedding these negative feelings of anxiety, and regaining their power back to control their fire? It looks like a rebound. But no, what it's saying is that it's saying that with the Lovers and the Ace of Pentacles, it's saying that this twin flame, or this spiritual love that you had with somebody, that Okay. So this, you and another, whatever happened between you and another partner messed with your security and your stability. Okay. It even messed with bringing in new opportunities or missing divine opportunities. But it's saying going through the heartbreak, you know, accepting the separation and transmuting that energy of feeling defeated or like a failure, transmuting the bitterness and the exhaustion of betrayal, the feeling of almost wanting to just give up, you are not, it's saying that you had to go through this heartbreak. You had to go through this heartbreak with this other person in order for you to receive your abundance, to find stability within yourself rather than with another person. So you actually processing through this heartbreak and pain and separation, it puts you in the energy and transmuting it. That's shedding of what needs to go, puts you in the Three of Wands, looking ahead. It says having confidence. You have a lot of growth and foresight. The runes talked about foresight. It says perseverance and foresight are called for here. The rune that I pulled for you guys, it says the ability to foresee consequences before you act is a mark of the profound person. Wow, it's crazy how it all comes together. Yeah, and after you transmute all of this, start from scratch, your creative ideas are gonna come back. Your excitement and your fearlessness, I mean, to me, this just talks of your birthright character, you know? So being authentic and being that you have gone through growth, you have foresight to see now what, and here we have is 3-3. What do I keep saying about the damn threes? Going through this heartbreak, but truly going through it and transmitting it, to ultimately bring in new opportunities for yourself, where you can feel secure and stable all by yourself with nobody else. And that's gonna put you in a position where you can actually hone in on your foresight, on this other gift that you have. Because we know you have the gift of shape-shifting, you have the gift of foresight. Now this is growing your confidence. Wow, okay. Well, I thought we were covering one thing and it told us about two. Let's see. What deck do I want to use? Okay. Let's see what kind of gifts, other gifts are being activated at this time for the Lionsgate portal. I've already shuffled, so please show me what it is. It's number 23, which equals 5. It says, give to the mind and it gives back. So the mind represents inspiration, your mood, and cycles. So whatever you're thinking about, I've got to kind of cover it a little bit, but see how like her thoughts are going in a full circle? It's kind of like the whole law of attraction theory, the whole even manifesting, you know, whatever you are thinking about up here, it says it gives back, meaning it comes back. The mind. And it can easily become, I mean, it is a cycle. It can be an ugly cycle if it's like, as she touches it, it begins to turn into flowers. So she's putting her hands out as she's recognizing it. Look, there's 3 people in the room and I've got 3 likes. 3. And it's 93:33 on the timer. Oh my God. So give to the mind and it gives back. And then right here it says inspiration, mood, and cycles. So I feel like your mood depicts whatever attracts your inspiration, whatever you are inspired by, intrigued by. It changes like that. And it's like a cycle with everything that you come into contact with that you may have negative thoughts about. This could be a difficult situation or something from the past. You know, if you keep feeding the mind those things, it's going to come back. That's why there's the need to slow down during this process. And that came out in other readings too, not just yours. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have number 40. It says, it's okay, I don't know what I'm doing either. Sweet oblivion. Uncertainty, fate, and humor. So if you are in a cup of, I don't know what the fuck's going on, and that's what's being given to your mind. See, the mind is like the stars, just like that's the stars. It's then transmuted and turned into a different kind of energy. So sweet oblivion is uncertainty, fate, and humor. So I feel like you may go through spurts of feeling a little directionless, but still going with it, and having faith that, you know, things are going to just work out the way they're supposed to. But that's not how things work. This is another one of the things that someone out there, if you resonate with it, great, take it. If not, it's not for you. And that's crazy because this is 40, which is 4, and this is 5. 23, which is 5. So we have 4, 5. So the thoughts that you are giving to your mind of, it's okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Things are coming back to you in a very uncertain way. For sure. That was definitely a message. And that's not one I expected from the magic, what is it called? I'll put in the link below. Okay. Ow! Let's see, right here we have it looks like this deck is called Wisdom of the House of Night. The bottom of the deck, and I pre-shuffled these, we have number 46, and this represents the angel Kelowna that embodies both light and dark. And it represents choices. Okay? Then we have number 49, which represents oath.